Yo guys, what is going on? It's Luki here and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I thought I'd go ahead and quickly make a video on sharing some of the best settings with you guys. Obviously, settings are a big part of Call of Duty and a big part of how well you do in your game. So obviously, having the best settings is going to be very, very important. Now, there are a few things I want to look at in today's video, but first of all, I just want to give it credit to the persons whose settings these actually are. They are Apathy BC. He's actually like a professional player, if you guys know who he is. So obviously, as he is a professional player, I saw his video a couple weeks ago and I thought I'd go ahead and give his settings a go because he is a professional player, so obviously what he has to say is probably going to help me out a lot. Now, I'll link his channel down below if you guys want to go ahead and subscribe to him. He is a very good content creator, so I do recommend you guys going ahead and subscribe to his channel. Anyway, so these best settings, I do strongly recommend them, especially as Shipment is now out. Shipment is crazy as heck. You guys are going to want the best settings, especially if you're going to be playing Shipment, because you're in gunfights 24/7 on this map, and it is absolutely ridiculous. So once again, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to him because the credit is all his. I do not take credit to these settings. I do recommend you guys checking out his channel. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and go through a few of his settings that he uses. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the button layout that he uses. Now, he uses a tactical flip, which basically changes a few settings, but of course you guys can go ahead and use whatever button layout you want to. That's exactly what he said in his video. He said, of course, you guys can go ahead and try out whatever ones you guys like to. Personally, I use default, and I'm pretty sure most people do as well. I actually play claw, by the way, so obviously if you don't have a scuff or something like that, then you're probably going to want to go ahead and play claw, play bumper jumper or tactical flipped or whatever. Now, next up, I want to go ahead and concentrate on the sensitivity that he uses. Now, the sensitivity that he uses is going to be 6.6. Now, when I first actually watched this video and I saw him talk about his 6.6 sensitivity, I thought to myself that seemed really, really low, especially for a sensitivity, because as you guys know, it's very, very important to find a good sensitivity because you guys are going to want it to be pretty quick, but at the same time, you're going to want it to be at a speed that you can still control. So before I watched this video, I was actually using an 8.8 sensitivity myself, and sometimes I even thought to myself that that was pretty slow as well. But it does not really matter. I still recommend you guys giving a 6.6 sensitivity a go. I've never actually thought about using anything lower than a 7.7, but I watched this video and like I said before, I did think it was a pretty low sensitivity to be using, but he seems to be doing absolutely perfect with it. He's absolutely slaying every single lobby he gets into, so I thought I'd go ahead and give it a go, and ever since I have gave it a go, I have actually been doing a lot better. Now, obviously, having a lower sensitivity does have some drawbacks, and it does have some pros. First of all, you're going to have a better accuracy when aiming in, because obviously if you have a slower sensitivity, then you guys are going to be able to control that a lot easier because it's not going to be moving around the screen everywhere. So I do recommend you guys actually going ahead and giving it a go. Now, a few little drawbacks with this is because basically, let's say for example you get shot in the back. A lot of the time with a fast sensitivity, you can quickly flip around and kill the person who shot you in the back. With the sensitivity, you can still do that as long as you have a fast reaction time. Now, if your reaction time isn't that great and you do tend to not be able to turn around in time and kill the people who shoot you in the back, I do recommend maybe switching it up and maybe going to a 7.7 or an 8.8 like I use. But I have personally been doing absolutely fine with a 6.6 because my reaction time is pretty quick. I have been playing Call of Duty for years, so obviously, naturally, my reaction time has gotten pretty good. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and talk about is the ADS sensitivity he uses. So as you guys can see, there are two ADS sensitivities. He uses a 1 sensitivity on the first one, and then the one below it, he uses a 1.11. Now, this basically just changes the sensitivity when you are aimed down your scope. So 1 is basically a pretty much normal one, and then if you go below 1, it gets slower and slower as you turn it down. And whenever you aim in the scope, obviously, that's basically what the sensitivity means. And then there's another one as well, which is called the ADS sensitivity whilst like in a high zoom scope. So this is for like snipers or marksman rifles or something like that, and he has it as a 1.11. Now, This is probably just to be a little bit faster because, as you guys probably know, when you are in a sniper scope, you can move around pretty slowly when you're aiming in, so he probably has that just to speed it up a little bit. Anyway, the next last thing that I want to go ahead and focus on is the type of aim response curve he has. Now, he actually uses a dynamic response curve type, and I used to use a linear before this. Now, I've been using a dynamic one ever since he told me to, or ever since he told everyone who watched the video to, and it has actually helped me out a lot. I've definitely noticed a massive increase in my accuracy, so I do hugely recommend you guys giving it a go. Also, I'm quite interested, to be fair, what settings do you guys use? Make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below in the comment section, and just go ahead and talk about your settings. I want to know your guys' sensitivity that you uses. Do you use 1212 or 2020 or whatever? Do you guys use the lowest one possible? What kind of aim response curve type do you guys use? I am quite interested to know, and I am quite interested into obviously trying out a few different sensitivities and all of that kind of stuff. So make sure to go ahead and leave me some suggestions down below of what settings you guys think are good. I'll go ahead and try them out, and if they are good, I will of course go ahead and make a video on them. Anyway, that has been it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go ahead and give these settings a go. Make sure to of course subscribe to the channel, leave those notifications on, drop a like, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.